It's in every one of us to be wise.
Recalling the days when Southerners would contribute to a community woodpile for those who couldn't afford logs for heating, Hargrove's Skipper Bowles instructed his children to always add to the woodpile, to always give back to their communities.
Find your heart, open up both your eyes.
Skipper Bowles was more than just a father to Erskine Bowles. He was a hero, successful in business, honorable in public life, generous to others, like father, like son.
We can all know everything without ever knowing why. And it's in every one of us by and by.
In Greensboro, North Carolina, on August 8, 1945, Erskine Boyce Bowles entered the world, one of 4 children of Skipper and Jessamine Bowles. Erskine's brother Hargrove said, as a boy, his sibling was notoriously frugal. He cleaned stables to earn money, but had to be forced to spend it, even to replace worn-out clothes. His sister Holly said that during his teenage years, Erskine was the obedient one of the bunch. Definitely not class president or social magnate material. As a freshman at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill, he fell from a second-floor window. He broke his back, but still attended classes, aided by a brace and a golf cart. He graduated in 1967, leaving the Tar Heel State for New York City and Columbia University's business school. It was while working on Wall Street that he met Crandall Close. She was the great-great-granddaughter of the founder of textile manufacturer Springs Industries. They were both stock analysts with Morgan Stanley. Both were focused and self-disciplined individuals. They married in 1971. The couple moved back to North Carolina to assist in his father's 1972 campaign for governor, but the Democrat Skipper Bowles got caught up in the Nixon Republican landslide and lost the race. After the loss, Erskine said, I had enjoyed all the politics I could stand. Bowles focused his energies on business, family, and causes. His father and a sister both died of Lou Gehrig's disease. Erskine became a key fundraiser for an ALS clinic at Carolina's Medical Center. After 2 of his children were diagnosed with diabetes, he joined the board of the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation and served as its president, helping transform a group of parents into a business-like national organization. His re-entry into the world of politics came in 1992. Crandall Bowles had been a college classmate of Hillary Rodham Clinton. They introduced their husbands to each other during his first run for the presidency. Later, in a private conversation between the 2 men, Bowles revealed his frustration with President Bush's veto of a fetal tissue research bill, research seen as a hope for diabetics like his children. Clinton vowed, and did, end the ban on fetal tissue research. Despite this contact, Bowles wasn't on anyone's shortlist for a position in the new administration, but recommendations from Charlotte business leaders led to an appointment as head of the Small Business Administration. There he shrank the bureaucracy and helped transform complex multi-page forms into one-page documents. His next job took him deep within the West Wing. Named a deputy chief of staff in 1974, he brought order to a previously undisciplined administration. His father had told him it's hard to do the scratching and the thinking at the same time. So he arranged Clinton's schedule to allow more time to think and reflect. So, unlike the tragedy at Waco, Texas, when the federal building in Oklahoma City was bombed, the White House was able to act quickly with few missteps. Bowles got a large part of the credit for the difference, though characteristically, he deflected the praise. But Washington life conflicted with family life. He wanted to be home in Charlotte for his youngest son's last year in high school, so he left the confines of the Beltway. But not for long. Bowles had become too valuable to Clinton, both as an advisor and as a friend. He often shuttled between the Queen City and the capital city. He led Clinton through rehearsals for his 1996 debates, and when a scandal involving a political advisor threatened Clinton's campaign, the man sent to clean up the problem was Bowles. When Clinton won a second term, he wanted Bowles as his new chief of staff. Now back in Charlotte with an investment banking firm, Bowles at first said, "No thanks," but Clinton wasn't going to take no for an answer. So this self-described introvert headed back into the lion's den. His ability to work with both parties in Congress made him invaluable to Clinton. Even Republican Senator Jesse Helms had great respect for Bowles. By 1998, Bowles had enough of the White House. He returned to North Carolina and the world of finance. On September 11, 2001, Bowles was in New York City. The terrorist attack that day convinced him to return to public life. In 2002, he ran for the U.S. Senate against Republican Elizabeth Dole.
From the mountains, the Piedmont through the heartland, the coastal plain down to the sea, in all the 100 counties in North Carolina, Erskine Bowles is the man for you and me. Born and bred here in the grand old North State, ready, willing, and able, he's the man. Take note when you vote for Erskine. Erskine Bowles for Senate, that's the plan.
Running for office did not come naturally for Bowles. His nonpartisan nature worked well in the administration, but not so well on the campaign trail. He lost the race. Undaunted, the Democrat ran again for the Senate in 2004, but voters selected Republican Richard Burr. 2 losses did not dampen Bowles' commitment to public service. He became a special United Nations envoy to countries affected by the massive Asian tsunami. Then, in 2005, the Board of Governors for the University of North Carolina came knocking at Bowles' door. In October, he was elected president of the 16-campus university system. Bowles brought his business talents to the world of higher education. He called for cuts in management salaries and for concentrating on teaching students. He continued to work long days and pushed for the best from all system employees. This year, Bowles announced his retirement after 4 years as president of UNC. But the call of public service continues. President Obama has named Bowles and former Senator Alan Simpson to lead a bipartisan commission to find ways to cut the nation's debt. So now he heeds his father's advice one more time. The reluctant candidate, the dedicated public servant, the kid so frugal he wouldn't spend money even when he needed new clothes, takes on a new task, serving his community and his country one more time.